Hello and welcome third in this series over this half term. And today we're going to be looking at expanding brackets and a bit of rearranging equations. So to start off with, let's see how good you are at these. There's 5, 6, 7, 8. Now in theory, you try these out really, so I'll give you a minute. Actually, you can also finish off with the area 1. 2 minutes for the whole page and then we'll go through it together. There, plugged in. Right, sorry about that, mic wasn't plugged. Right, let's suppose expand these. Should be not two, one. So I'll in both lines for the. So first two things, x times x, x squared. Outer two things, x times 4, x. Inner two things, 2x. Last two things, 8. That gives me x squared plus 6 plus 8. Again, FOIL at first, squared. Inner, sorry, outer even, 6x. Inner minus 7x. Last two things, minus 7 times 2. Add the two middle things, you get x squared minus x minus 2. Again, first two things, x squared. What we got? Outer minus x, inner minus 7x. Last two things is 7. That just simplifies to x squared minus 8x plus 7. Next one, our first two things, 6x squared. 2 times 3 is 6x times x squared. Can't do anything like that. 2x times 8 for the outers is 16x. 7 times 3x is plus 21x, and 7 times 8 is 56. 16 plus 21, so add on the 10 gives you 31, add on the 6, 37. So 6x squared plus let's say 37x 56. Working out there. Right, let's carry on. 3x times 2x is 6x squared. Outer two things, that gives you minus 27x. Inner two things, minus 8x. Last two things, plus, minus times a minus, plus 36. So add the inner two things together, we get 35x. 6 squared in the beginning. Now this means x plus 10 times x plus 10. So our first two things x squared, outer two things 10x, inner two things 10x, last two things 100. So that gives me x squared plus 20x 100. Common mistake is just to write x squared plus 100 and forget really means this times this. Right, so I've got 5x plus times 5x plus 4. And we do the first two things again. That's 25x squared. 5 times 5 is 25. X times x is x squared. Outer two things, 20x. We see a pattern emerging here. Plus 16. I'm not going to write it all out again. You should get a in the middle. Now this one, I'm going to do FOIL again. So first two things, 4x squared. 2x times 2x. Outer two things, minus 2x. Inner two things, x. And last two things, minus 1. And we see these cancel, and you are only left with x squared 1. Expand and simplify the area of this rectangle. So we have x minus 3 times x plus 3. Right, outer. 4x times x is 4x squared. Outer two things is plus 12x. 4 times 3 is 12, and minus 3x. And then minus 3 times plus 3 is 9. So we get for our answer x squared. 12x minus 3x is 9x 9. Sorry, that was quite in. Right, let's move. Next thing we'll do here, expansion. Now we're going to be expanding a trinomials with 3 brackets. I'll just show you how to do one, then I'll give you a minute to have a. So our first one, it doesn't matter which two you do first, you just have to choose 2. I'm going to choose the second 2, so I'm going to do that times that. So if I do my FOIL again, I get x times x is x squared. Outer, x times x is, sorry, 7x. Inner, minus 5x. Last two things, minus 5 times 5. So we get x squared plus 2x, 7x minus 5x, 2x, minus 35. And that is the last two things. And then I don't think some people use partitioning grids to work that out. I don't think you need to. I think FOIL is better. It helps you write things in the right order. And then use the partitioning grid now. So put the x squared here, put the plus 2x here, put the minus 30 there, put the x and put the plus 4 here. And then what we do is we times it together. X times x squared is x cubed. X times 2x is 2x squared. You just do the x times the x and then times it by the 2. And then we get a minus 35x for x times minus 35. 4 times x squared is x squared. 4 times 2x is going to be 8x. 4 times 35. 4 times 30 is 120. 4 times 5 is 20, so it's 140. Plus times a minus gives us minus 140. And then we can just write out cubes, squareds, all the x's, and then the number left over. So the answer will be the cubes, x cubed, squareds. 4 plus 2 is 6x squared. The x's, minus 35 plus 8 is, I like to think of it as 35 minus 8. I find that a bit strange, so it gives me 27, so it's minus 27. And then put the correct sign on the end. Minus 140. Okay, so I'm going to give you a minute to try the next one. Go. So 1 minute. See if you finish this 1 minute. see how you probably get an extra time. So I'm going to just do the second 2 again. Okay, and we get, so x, I'm just going to quickly, actually no, we'll do the proper for out, see if mistake. Outers is minus 6x, that's squared there. Inners is 2x. Last is minus. Add these two together, minus x, x squared minus 4x. 12 minus, minus, and then put the other one, 4x minus 4. Notice I always put the signs in with them. Okay, and 4x times x squared is cube. 4x times minus 4x is minus 16x squared. 4 times 4 is 16. X times x is x squared. 4 times minus 12. Minus 12 times 4 is 48. X minus 4 squared. Minus 4 times minus 4 plus 16. Minus 48. So again, our x cubes, we have our x squareds, and we have our x's. Find them. So our answer is 4x cubed minus 20, minus 4 minus 16 is minus 20x squared. Got 38 and 32x there, and it's the on the end. Right, I think I'll do one more of these to try. Okay, and then I'll leave. Yeah, do one more of these, and we'll do the problem at the end, and I'll leave you one for you to practice on your own. Okay, so also actually you can go to more practice on my maths as well. That link. So have a go at this one here. Again, 60 seconds after that. Seconds. So let's do the same again. Okay, I'm going to again do the last two. I hope last two. Okay, so x minus 4 times 2x plus 4. So I'm going to do my first, outer, inner, last. Didn't do the same two as me to start with. It doesn't matter. The answer will come out the same at the end. So we've got x times x. Then we've got the outers plus x, the inners minus 8x, last is 15. X minus x, 15, which transfer a little bit. And then we've got the 2x. Yeah, 2x times 2x squared is cubed. 2x times minus 4x is minus 8x. And 2x times 16 is minus 32x. Minus 4 times 2x is minus 8x. Minus 4 16x, and then minus 4 times 16 is 64. Let's highlight my things. Thanks. So and you might want to circle them, do them. X. Then I've got minus 16x squared, minus 8 lots, 8 lots is 16 dots. These are going to combine to leave me minus 16 dots of x. Minus 32 16 is minus 16. 4. Okay, have a go at finding the problem. See if I can just get both on screen, give you both to do at the same time. There we see that. So you've got a cuboid and a cube with those dimensions. So zoom a cuboid and a cube of those dimensions. See if you find the two volumes. If you right, that's your 2 minutes. I'm just going to quickly get through these. Get on to the next one. So we've got x plus 5 times x plus 5. I'll do that quickly in my head just to speed things. I can write out a grid. 3x minus 2 ready, and I'll just multiply the other one straight in. So x is x squared. I'm going to get 10x, and I'm going to get 5. At the end, times these together, I get 3x. I get 30x squared, and then I get 70x minus 2x squared minus 20x 50 at the end, and highlight the bits together. That's my answer. So 3x 20 squared plus 50x 50. Okay, and then this one is a cube, so it's just x minus 5 cubed. Okay, so do that as x minus 5 times x squared. I'll work out this bit. Grid. Work out the grid quite quickly, and you can just check against your. So when I multiply this out, I should get an x squared minus 10 plus 5. A bit different one. And therefore times this by this, I get x minus 10 squared minus 5x minus 50x squared, and then I've got a minus. I'm typing the wrong. Sam, sorry about that. In the wrong row. So minus 5x squared minus 50x, and I'm going to get 5. Hope I didn't do that on the last one. X cubed, add these together, so it's minus 50 squared, get, and then minus 20. X minus 5. Okay, so feel right about this. 50. Okay, let's move on. If anybody spots a mistake, put it in the chat. Back to it. All right, but I can't. All right, let's go on to some rearranging equations, some really easy ones to start with. See if you can do these 1 minute to 2. Enough. So we make an x a subject. All we do is take a y away from this side, and then take it away from the other side. So we get w minus y. Then this one we just get add 3y. So we get 5v plus y. This is what it's going to take off the v. So take away v from this side. So we get wv. Take away the 3v, and we get wv. Don't worry, they're going to get much harder. Okay, these are all these are both straightforward. If you 10 seconds, 20 seconds to have a look at that. Write these out. Times both sides by all of this. So we get x v minus w. Could multiply the brackets, you don't need to. Times by this, times by this side by this, it just cancels. Imagine v minus there cancelling out v minus w down there. And now this one's a bit trickier because we've got to get the x. So let's actually write it out. I'm going to times, there's not been a space to do all the work here, so I write it out once and then go down. I always like to work down the page, it's better. So if I times throughout by 8x, I get v equals w over y times x. And now what I'm going to do is divide by w over y. Now if I divide by a fraction, I turn it upside down and times. So I get v times y over w to divide it on that side. If I divide it on this side, it's just going to cancel. Okay, I'm just left with x. So then I'm going to divide by 8. Now the way you've got a fraction, I think the best way, get it wrong, is you're dividing by 8, but I think 8's going on the bottom. This line here means divide, so therefore you want the 8 on the bottom. So what we get is we get x will equal vy over 8w. Okay, let's give you another 60 seconds just to going through this. So Vx minus W equals 3. So what I'm going to do is add W to both sides first. Always work from the outside back into the thing, making the subject. So we've got Vx equals add W to both sides. So I've added it, cancels that, added this side. Now I've got V times X, and so we want to divide by V. So you divide the whole of V. And you can also write it like this. You can also write it as 3 divided by V plus W divided by V. You can divide side by a thing, you have to divide each term. Terms are separated by equal signs, pluses or minuses. We haven't got minuses here. So we have to divide. Notice I haven't got each term highlighted, so I've got all the terms highlighted. So I divided this term by V, just leaves me X. Divide this term by V, I get 3 over V. Divide this term by V, I get W over V. Right, next one. We want to get X on its own, so first thing I'll do is I'll subtract 3W from both sides. That. And then I'm going to do the same again, divide by V. If all you're doing is rearranging, then that's a perfectly good answer. But it's also the same as y over v minus 3w over v. It's worth knowing both those ways of doing it. So that's, but don't think this one here is a better answer. It's not. It's just a different answer, and it will have its moments in certain questions. Now, here we go. See if you can do this one both ways. Give you 60 seconds to go this one. Right, so I didn't put the timer on there. Let's hope that was in time for you to both ways. So we want to get x on its own. Now, this one, remember I said about working outside in? A times everything. The easiest thing here, I think, is just to divide by A. So you get C over A. And then subtract B. So C over A, B. That gives you that way of writing. Now, the other way of writing it means you would have to multiply out the brackets first. Or you could just know what to do. I'll show you what to do to change this one here. So what I'm going to do is I want to get a common denominator to add these. So what I need to do is to add times top and bottom this fraction, which is effectively b over 1 by a. So I get c minus b over minus ba over a. Now they're the same. I can now add them to get c minus ba over a. That's one way of doing it. The other way is we could have multiplied out the brackets at the beginning. Get ax plus b times a, equals c. Then ax c minus ab, and then divide throughout by a, I get c minus a. So lots of ways to have a go at doing it. Choose way. I'm guessing I've either got divide by a first or multiply out the brackets first. So have a go at these two and see how you go. 2 minutes both. Okay, hope time. So let's do this one. We'll go for the first way. So that we do divide throughout by, and we take away a. B, a. Remember the next way was to multiply out the brackets. So I get 3x plus 3a equals b. I take away 3a from both sides, and I get b minus 3a. And then I get 3x equals ba minus, so b minus 3a over 3. Divide both sides. Answer. And then we got this one. Just write space. So I get x a 2. Multiply out the brackets. Ax minus 2a equals b. Get rid of the thing that's not got any x's in it. B plus 2a. Yeah. And then divide by a. X equals b a. There we go. And that's our half hour up. Bit over. Sorry about that. Tomorrow we're going to do some more tricky rearranging, which involves some factorising and some more factorising work. Some pages, if I can cursor. Rearranging equations where you've got to factorising quadrats, and some simultaneous equations. Okay, that will toward product simultaneous. That probably mainly work on these two, and that will be the fifth lesson. Okay, thank you.